Hi everyone, my name is Christy and welcome to my Trying a New Makeup Product Everyday series. Today, I really got to get some brows on. I feel like I just look so different when I don't have my brows filled in. And today I'm using a $1 brow product, which I'm very excited and intrigued by. This is from the brand Amuse Cosmetics and it's the Ombre Brow 3-color brow powder that I got from Shopmissa, and this only cost $1. So I love to fill in my brows. I'm very picky with my brow products and how my brows look, but I love an ombre brow, meaning it's a little lighter at the front and then it gets darker towards the tail of the brow. And I find that to look the most natural, but really nicely shaped and enhancing to the face and the brows. So let's start out by actually brushing through my brows with this little spoolie here. So I like that this does come with a little applicator. It's like that little eyeshadow kind of sponge type of applicator that comes in, you know, that classic applicator that comes in products like this. But I have a feeling that's not going to be my best tool to use these products. So I definitely need a spoolie, which I just have this loose spoolie here. This is from Luxie 201 Brow and Lash. And I think a spoolie is going to be important for blending through the products. But I also am probably going to use this more densely packed angled brush to get more precise with the brow product. I'm a little nervous to even use the applicator that came in here, so I'm going to start off with this angled brush. And it's actually kind of hard for me to tell. I think this is the lighter, medium, darker. They more just kind of look like different undertones of brown to me. So I guess I would have rather it be, you know, all cool tones in a light, medium, dark, rather than kind of a neutral undertone, cool undertone, warm undertone. Hopefully these will look okay together, but I'm going to just start out picking up a little bit of the product on the brush in the lightest shade. Looks a little clumpy. Hopefully it'll be easy to work with. But I'm going to start out, I'm going to shape my brow and start filling it in. I think I can fill it in with the lightest shade all over, and then I can darken it up with the other shades. This looks like a decent shade match for me, even if I used just this one shade throughout my entire brow. But yeah, this, I couldn't get much further than just the bottom outline, so just picking up more on the brush. I continue filling in the brow. Wow, that actually looks awesome. This is a great shade match for me, and this brush is working really well for me to shape the brow but still fill in the brow, and it doesn't look unnatural the way it's filled in with this powder. Really, like a little bit you can see it's shaded, but it doesn't look like there is product visible. It's not looking powdery in the brow. So this filled in with that one shade, I actually really like that. I mean, look at the difference with it versus without it. It looks like I have a full, well-shaped brow. So I'm just taking the spoolie to blend it through, although it was pretty much already blended through by using a brush to apply it anyways. But so since I like to have it lighter at the front, got it filled in how I want it to look and shaped at the front here. But I'm going to pick up the middle shade. Maybe since my brow is already shaped, I'll just try it with the applicator that came with it for fun. So picking up the middle shade here, and I'm going to apply this to the middle of my brow and create kind of a gradient color effect maybe. It's tough because the shades are so similar. I also feel like this applicator applies it a little too heavy. So I really would recommend using a brush instead. Not that you want the ombre in your brow to be very obvious, but I can't really even see a difference with that middle shade. I feel like I could use those two interchangeably, these two shades here, interchangeably to fill in my entire brow. Now let's pick up the darkest shade, which really isn't that much darker either. I feel like I could probably just use this once again in my entire brow, which is fine. I got 3 brow products in one that I can use all over the brow. Yeah, this one's definitely more warm toned, but it does darken the tail of the brow a little bit. And that's what I like to do when I do an ombre brow, is pretty much just focus on darkening the tail. But realistically, I don't feel like that's all that necessary. Like how it looks now compared to when I filled it in with that one shade. It is like, you can see, like darker at the tail, lighter at the front, which looks more natural because it should be lighter, more sparse at the inner section of the brows. But I kind of like how my brow looked just as much when I just used one shade to fill it in. But why don't I try another technique for the fun of it, starting with the darkest shade here, picking that up on the angled brush, and I'm just going to, on the other brow, just fill in the tail, shaping it, filling it in. Also, you can see how that shade looks alone. It's fine. I have so many different shades in my hair on my head, as you can see, like the highlights and stuff going on, that I feel like I can get away with a range of different colors in my brow, as long as they're like a lightish medium brown taupe. So if I did use this shade to fill in my entire brow, I think it would still look okay. But next, I'm going to pick up the lightest shade and maybe create a bit of a more obvious ombre by using this shade to fill in the rest of the brow. But I like this as a brow powder for filling in the brows. I typically use a brow pencil, but I think this looks just as good. Plus, you could use it as an eyeshadow. You know, in a pinch, you could probably use it as a bronzer. So, an all-in-one multi-purpose light brown powder, I feel like is an essential for a beauty kit. And so, it is more of an obvious ombre on this brow. And I like it. I don't think it's totally game-changing. Like, it doesn't totally change how my brows look. But also, especially since I do have so many different colors in my hair, if I couldn't decide which shade is the best match for my brows, doing an ombre can solve that problem, because then your brows have to match your hair because you've got all the colors going on pretty much. So I like it, but I almost feel like you can't necessarily tell that it's ombre, which I think is also kind of the point. But it looks natural, it looks full and shaped, and I am loving this. I am so impressed by these powders. It's a little intimidating to me. Like, how am I gonna get these on my brows? How is it gonna look and shape and fill my brows? But it actually does so extremely easily. And I feel like I look so much more like myself, so much more complete now that I have my brows on. And to think that this is $1 and I can get so many brows out of this palette. Also eyeshadow looks and bronzer contour in this $1 palette. So I love that. I'm so excited about this. But if you have any recommendations for products that you love to use for ombre brows, let me know in the comments down below. But thank you so much for watching my video today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can see the makeup that I try every day. And I will see you tomorrow in my next video.